Ooh, my stomach hurts, guys, because Battlefield 5, it's delayed because it's fucking dog shit, social justice warrior, piece of bullshit, and oh look, Patrick Solon, you call people uneducated, you tell people to not buy the game, and guess what? They've not got a fucking bought it. Yo guys, what is happening? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today guys, I should imagine you'll all know this broke yesterday when I was sleeping, I believe. The Battlefield 5, it's actually been delayed now until November the 20th. Now, I've seen a lot of video from DICE cocksuckers, just like you've got the Call of Duty cocksuckers, you know, who come out in full damage control mode. Guys, you tell me, guys, in the comments section, which Battlefield YouTubers are the ones where they basically are puppets controlled by EA and DICE. You guys, type in the comments section who you think are the biggest penis suckers on YouTube towards DICE and EA. It'll be funny to read them. I know who, you know, I think is, but oh look, you talk shit about a YouTuber site just to get views. No, okay. No, that's not the case. That's not the case. So, Battlefield, it's been delayed for a month. Now, let's talk about what other people are saying, and then your boy Cy B is going to tell you the fucking truth of why this has happened. So, people are coming out and saying, oh, sorry, I've got to put a slightly higher pitched tone of voice on here. Oh no, it's only delayed, Simon B, because the game isn't ready. It's not ready to come out. So go fuck yourself, fuck your shit channel, and fucking die, you 40-year-old fucking piece of shit. So that is what, you know, the fanboys are saying, basically, is that the game isn't ready. They need to implement more features into the game. Well, how about they remove some of the social justice warrior bullshit, what's being added into the game, to please people from a political point of view, when those people aren't going to play your game. Literally, EA have made a video game what doesn't appeal to its fucking audience. They've made a video game what panders to social justice warrior types on fucking Twitter, etc. And the game, you know, it's got women plastered all over it, and from looking at the game, it looks like, basically, guys, all the men stayed at home cooking and washing pots and that, while all the women was having a massive fight on the fucking battlefield. That is what it fucking looks like, the game. Obviously, that isn't the case of what happened in World War II, you know, because my great-great-great-granddad lost a fucking fingernail in the war, you know, because obviously, you know, while he was at home cooking and, you know, the women were out, you know, fucking shooting other women on the front line, you know, my granddad actually, while he was peeling potatoes back in 1944, he actually got a paper cut with, you know, while he was using the knife to peel the potatoes. You know, my granddad did very well in the war, you know, and I feel, from my social justice warrior inside of me, I feel that he is not represented correctly in World War fucking II in DICE's game, you know. But don't worry, guys, you know, back in World War II, you know, if you got an arm or a leg blown off, you know, I know what they do. They just fucking put a robotic fucking arm or leg on you, and off you go, there you go, you know, because obviously we've got to be inclusive into today's society. Like, I signed up for a fucking Spotify account just 2 days ago, and it said, select your gender. It said male, female, and non-binary. What the fuck is non-binary? What the fuck is it? You're either a man or you're a woman. Your chromosomes dictate if you're male or female, regardless if you've got a penis or a vagina or whatever, you know, and that is what is wrong with society today. That's what's happened with Battlefield fucking 5. You know, the game, in theory, had, you know, great potential, but, oh, look, you know, DICE is obviously an SJW company, you know, like most of the big tech companies in the world right now, on the left side of the political scale. They've got to make sure that their video games are no longer video games based on what the developers and what the players want. No, who gives a fuck about what the people want who are going to play this game? You know, its core audience. We've got to make sure that our video game is politically correct to the masses, and they're just finding out now, you know, with the game how it is. That's one problem, okay? And I don't even think that's the biggest problem with the game. I think the biggest problem they've got here is that EA and DICE have created this whole fucking marketing fucking shit ton of fucking hate. The problem they've got is that fucking Patrick, told Patrick lad who had some kind of a fucking brain shit, thought, I know, let's call our, you know, core audience uneducated just so we get a few brownie points by the social justice warrior type people. Those people, by the way, the social justice warrior type, aren't going to spend money on the fucking video game. No, they're just over on social media going, Simon, you can't fucking say that. No, they're trying to silence people and their views just because they don't politically correct their ideology, so to speak. No. That's what's happening with Battlefield 5, you know. DICE, EA, Patrick coming out, oh, yo, let's call your fucking entire fan base uneducated, and then let's tell them, if you don't like it, don't buy it. And they wonder why the pre-order sales are as low as what they are. And oh, look now, because of this shitstorm, Battlefield, you know, used to be a great franchise. It used to be, you know, one of the top AAA games coming out every year. But now, because of the fucking shitstorm they've created themselves, mainly, I think, in my opinion, because of what Patrick Zolan said, I don't really think it's issues about women in the games, to be perfectly frank with you. You know, I like playing as a woman in a video game, even if it's historically correct or not. I don't give a shit. I just like to look at a woman while I'm controlling her. But I think the problem is, they've come out, they've basically ruined their fucking, you know, opportunity this year with Battlefield 5. Battlefield 5 isn't going to be as popular as what Battlefield 4 was. It's going to be more popular than Battlefield 1 because Battlefield 1, let's face it, you could play that fucking game and fall to sleep. It was that fucking boring. But Battlefield 5, it had potential. It did. But instead of making a game what its player base wanted, generally speaking, because obviously the player base is pretty broad in Battlefield. Some are going to want Vietnam, some are going to want World War I, World War II. I know the majority are wanting a modern military shooter, which we haven't got yet again. That's what I wanted. You can check my videos out on my channel. That's what I wanted this time. I was kind of a bit disappointed it was only World War II, but at least it wasn't fucking World War I again, or fucking medieval fucking Battlefield or some shit like that. The game, in theory, in principle, it looks beautiful. You know, from a technical point of view, the game is second to none. But their problem is they have pandered towards an audience who isn't going to buy their game. They've pandered towards the social justice warrior audience online. That you've got to include women and fucking lesbians, gays, you know, whatever minority group. You've got to have them all in there, regardless if it's historically accurate or not. And if you don't agree with that, you know, if you don't agree with that, basically, EA and DICE, because obviously Patrick was a representative of EA and DICE, if you don't agree with that, you are either a racist, a bigot, or some sort of uneducated moron. And, well, that is basically why now they have had to change their release date from in between Call of Duty and Red Dead Redemption, and they've had to put it up against Fallout 76, which is, you know, not even a first-person shooter game. It's totally, you know, different. And they've only done that because they know they have fucked people off. Are those Battlefield fanboys going to buy Battlefield? They probably still will buy the, you know, the hardcore elite. But the majority of the people out there will not buy that game just because, you know, they don't like being called uneducated. They don't like political views, you know, and ideologies forced to them in video games. People don't want that. They want a video game which is fun to play, what they want to play. It doesn't have to be historically accurate in my game. Well, in my fault, even though I take the piss, you know, all the time. That's just to wind people up. But from my personal point of view, you don't have to be historically accurate. But when they are shoving women all over the place, okay, if you have a woman in the game, that's fine. But when there's a woman on the front cover, you know, fucking hell, my granddad didn't fight in the war, guys. You know, he was back home peeling fucking potatoes, you know, while the women were going out and fucking doing it. And guys, you know, women are that bad at directions. If you went and told a load of women to go and fight somewhere, they'd fucking end up fighting elsewhere. They won't find each other. You know, when Lindsay's in the car and she's driving, she has to have the sat-nav on, just going to basic locations where we've been 20 or 30 times. So God help women if they actually fought in a war and there was no men there. But come on, guys, obviously I'm just joking there before every fucking social justice warrior gets triggered on the internet. Oh, he's hating on women. He's hating on women. No, I love women. I love women regular. Well, one woman regular. I love her to death. You know, I'm all for equality. I'm all for equality, guys, you know. And girls, sorry. I shouldn't say guys. I've got to say guys, girls, lesbians, gays, LGBT, and all the other various fucking groups there is. Non-binary, you know, those people out there identifying as a fucking attack helicopter. You know, the problem with Battlefield 5 is its political, you know, ideology. What's been hammered into this game by Patrick and the team at EA and DICE. That is what's wrong with this game. It's not a bad game from a technical point of view. It doesn't look bad. I bet it plays well. But when people's views don't agree with your own and you're that much of a bigot that you think that, well, okay, if you don't like what we've done, fuck off, don't buy it. That's what they've said to the player base, and they've wondered why pre-orders are low. It doesn't take a rocket scientist, guys. Thank you for watching. I know there's been strong language throughout this video, but it's something I feel very strongly about. You know, video games and politics should be fucking separated completely, because people play video games to have fun, chill out, and not have some kind of fucking... oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Not political. Well, actually, people are trying to get politics into video games to basically brain fuck you. So basically then you do what these, you know, political organisations want. And fuck it, guys. It's bullshit. Video games are for fun, not for fucking history lessons and, you know, yeah, fucking hell. I'm done. I've had enough. I'm going to fucking smash my house up. Way!